Licensed by Nintendo. Brought to you by Konami. God rest their souls. What? What's this all about? Worrying about not playing under strong sunlight for too long? Whoa! What is that? It's a Boktai. The sun is in your hand. Now you may be asking yourself, or me rather, Ultra Knight, what is a Boktai? The sun is in your hand? Well, it's a stealth. Oh, don't you? No, stop. It's a stealthy puzzle action game released for the Game Boy Advance in 2003. And listen up. You ready for this? You ready? You're not ready? Okay, here it comes.
Boktai, the sun is in your hand.
It has high quality sound clips. And I'm not even being facetious when I say that. They're actually high quality, all things considered. You know, when I say all things considered, I mostly mean GBA. So Boktai, GBA game released in 2003. So what's with all the sun imagery? What's with the sun in the title? Why is the sun in my hand, you may ask yourself. Now, that is because the cartridge of this game actually had a solar sensor built into it, which picked up the rays of the sun and used them in the game in various ways. This was received in multiple ways, but for the most part, this game received a lot of acclaim for its original ideas. And actually, this game was directed by Hideo freaking Kojima. You know the one. Now, you may once again be asking, well, that doesn't explain everything I wanted to know about Boktai. For an example, what does Boktai mean? Oh, I'm here to answer that for you right here, right now. Because you see, Boktai is a portmanteau of some Japanese stuff. Namely, Bokura no Tayo, which means, don't sit out in the sun too long or you'll get skin cancer. No, it actually means our sun. So this game is our sun. The sun is in your hand. Or rather, that's what it was called in Japan. It was called Bokura no Tayo, and I shit you not, Solar Action RPG. Which is no, don't give me hints. Stop that. Which is a bit weird, because I don't see the RPG aspect in any of this, but oh well. So rather than stand around here and explain everything, oh man, listen to that high quality sound clip. It's great. Rather than sit around here and explain everything, let's head on in ourselves. So how did I get about... Oh shit, maybe I actually have to... I would have to delete that one. That was another failed project of mine. I have a couple of save files here that aren't actually supposed to be here, but they are anyway because of various testing purposes. So how did I come across this game? Well, like many games, well at least a few certain magical wonders... In my childhood, my mom bought this game for me at, I believe, Toys R Us from a bargain bin for like 50 kroner, which is, Norwegian currency, and that's like $10, and that was like, super cheap, like amazing, holy crap, that is so cheap. Oh man, I bet, my son has that Nintendo device, I bet he would love this game that is super cheap. And you know what? I did! You don't often find actual, bargains in the bargain bin. Actual good quality stuff, but here you go. And then I fell in love with it. I hear the love chimes. Your character does have a canon name, which is Django. Which is why my other my other file name was Django, an homage, if you will, to a Let's Player I watched many years ago on YouTube, who didn't know how to pronounce Django. He said Django. He didn't realize that the D was silent. So what a spectacle it was back in those days. So, what am I going to name my character? Normally, I would name him Django, because it's a cool name, honestly. It sounds cool. However, I decided, I'm at least gonna go over a few options. So, you know, let's see what we can come up with here. See what we can muster up with our creativity. So, if there's anything that truly, you know, describes our sun, if you needed like a synonym for our sun, I believe that would be a circle of life, and it moves us all. And then there's always comedy. See, I do like the sound of that. However, I do realize that I'm not the rival character in a Pokemon game, so I'm not gonna go with that after all. So if there truly is anything more fitting than naming my character in a game about the sun, where you use the sun to power up, you know, your arsenal, if there's truly a more fitting name than Sun Tzu, then I don't know what it is, but that's what I'm going with. It's a good thing you don't actually get to hear the player name that much, because I don't think... I want to take this game slightly seriously, because I love it so much, but... Oh well. Okay, so region setting, this is for sun settings, because it's actually based on where the sun is, or how much the clock is, rather. In real life, so I guess I am closest to Bergen? Yeah, that's about right. Oh no, you can dox me now. You like know my location approximately. You know that I'm closer to one Norwegian city than the other. By God! So normally I would go with a hard setting, or I would normally do that, not when I usually play this game, but I figure for a bit of challenge I could do that. But to unlock the hard setting, you have to actually complete the game once, and I am not willing to do that with the amount of spare time that I have, so we're going with normal 2, which is the most difficult one. Sun Tzu from Bergen. Yep, that's about right. Now, are you ready for the best intro of all time? Probably not. Let's go anyway.
In a place not too far from here and now, the end of the world approaches. The undead appear, breaking the natural cycle of life and death. The evolution of species ceases, and one by one, they become extinct.
Ugh, I love that guy's voice. Istrakhan, the city of death! That's where we are. I assume. Assuming that is in fact us. I'm not going to play for fools, that is in fact us. This is the city of death, square brackets Istrakhan. Since time immemorial, this dark city has been ruled by a race known as the Immortals. But now, at last, the sun is rising. You've come at last. The heir to the solar gun, the Gun del Sol. The new vampire hunter. My name is Otenko. I am a fucking floating sunflower and messenger of the sun also. It's in my resume. You can check it out right here. Together we will bring light back to this world. In the castle ahead is the vampire lord. Let's go, solar boy. So yeah, the mentor character in this game is a talking floating sunflower. How rad is that? It's a game about the sun, and your mentor is a floating, talking, sentient sunflower. It's amazing. We got an apple in that chest over there. I don't know how long that's been there, but Solar Boy Sun Tzu isn't too picky about it. So we are supposed to be going this way, if we're going to assume that he's going in the right direction. However, if you go closer, you can see there's an immortal this way, and I don't know about you, but what I've heard, immortals can't be killed, so we'll just head on home. You're running away? You'll never live up to your father like that! Ouch, dude. Ow. That was very uncalled for. Okay, are you ready for the coolest I know, I'm just gushing all over, but are you ready for the coolest transition screen? You're probably not. Let's go anyway. Let's go, man. Look at this. Fog Castle. 8 hours until sunrise. That is such a cool transition screen. I love it. It's so atmospheric and like the music is just sublime. It's perfect. I really like it. This. Okay, I'm gonna calm down a bit. Here will do. Watch. This is the pile driver. He just picks me up and like grows a huge like muscly arm and just like slams me on the ground, just like wins the wrestling match. That is Japanese for sun. Now you know. Whoa, dude! There it is. The Vampire Lord, leader of the race of immortal vampires. The wounds your father gave him have not yet healed. This is our only chance. Even you can do it. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? If you act now. Listen, Solar Boy. Bring him and his coffin back here. We'll purify him with sunlight and this pile driver. He just picks, like, the text box up and, like, just slams his elbow into it. You need sunlight to start the pile driver. See the gauge with the sun mark in the lower right corner? No, I've never in my life seen that before. Don't you backsass me, boy. It shows the level of sunlight striking the solar sensor. It's called the solar gauge. You can't use the pile driver when the sunlight level is 0. Well, yeah, no shit. So, about that, real quick, since I'm playing this on an emulator, oh boy, I spoiled it for everyone. But the reason I'm playing it on an emulator because it's literally impossible to do a let's play of this game any other way. Because of the solar sensor and recording from an actual GBA is like you couldn't do the GameCube thing. You couldn't it just doesn't work, man. So what we can do is, even though it's clearly nighttime outside, which does reflect what it is in real life right now, which it is nighttime, that it is true. We can go ahead and I can go ahead and do that. I can just adjust how much sun is hitting the solar sensor by a simple press of a button. This is due to the Rising Sun patch that I have installed, which is really good. The best way to play Boktai, definitely, or rather the only way to play it on emulator, because you do need sunlight. Believe you me, you do need sunlight. Wait! That's a ghoul, a bok, or the Norwegian word for book. This type of undead serves the immortals. Boks are weak, but don't let them spot you. They'll look at you in a menacing manner. Try to avoid confrontation. Hide in shadows or run past when they're not looking. When a bok spots you, he attacks with chloroform. You might wake up and the battery of your GBA is out by the time you wake up. It's a dark substance, alright? That's all you need to know. If you get chloroform on you, it will start to deplete your life. Shake that stuff off, as Taylor Swift once said. You can also sterilize it with your gun, okay? I can sterilize it with my gun? Dude, I know he's my enemy, but I don't want to like destroy his future, his potential future of becoming a father. What if he just wants to start a little bok like zombie ghost family one day? What's up with that? That's just messed up. I can't be doing that. Okay, so our gun can stun, but it cannot kill, or at least not at the moment. More on that very soon, though. I like knowing things that you don't. Solar Boy, let's go over the solar gun. Gun del Sol. You have any more titles there? One more time. Press the B button with the fighter frame equipped to fire a solar shot. Use the shot to temporarily stun the undead. I don't know what the logic is behind which words they put in square brackets and which ones aren't put in square brackets, but I'm sure there's like some kind of aesthetic or psychological effect that it's achieving that they really want to achieve. Anyway, here we have the best catchphrase, which is, "May the sun be with you." And he'll be saying that a lot in this game. Like, that's like the quote from this game. Like, if you found like a thread on this game in like a forum, and you wanted to make a reference to the game, like, but didn't want to make it super obvious, that's what you'd use. You'd use that quote. You'd use, "May the sun be with you." Because, you know, it's made super clear which game you're talking about if you just use that. Okay, new room, new possibilities. Wait, Solar Boy. Wait, Solar Boy. I am a panel on the wall. Stand in front of me and press the A button to talk to me. Like an insane person. The panel on this wall is no Tenko panel. I called it that because I'm a narcissist and I, much like the Europeans settling in America, I like to take things that exist elsewhere in different cities or countries and name them after myself, or what I am familiar with. Anyway, press the A button when the mark is flashing to summon me. Don't be afraid to ask for advice. My knowledge might come in handy. Or it might not, because I am a master of this game. My cockiness is going to be absolutely through the roof in this Let's Play. Don't even worry about it. That's a solar station. That's pretty much functions like a bank. So the more solar, or the sun hits the solar sensor, the more solar power will they put in this bank. So currently we had 5 batteries worth of solar charge in here. And the more the sun hits the sensor, let's see if we can actually demonstrate that real quick. If we put it all the way up to 8, you can see it's supposed to be charging like per second or something for every second that the sun is hitting the solar sensor, and then it'll go up to like 5. Well, it's gonna do that soon. I guess I don't really need to demonstrate, but point is, it charges. It's like a bank, except you can't take up loans. So, let's see here. What's in here? Oh, it's a night solar gun frame. Now, for you normal people who don't know what that means, well, I'm about to drop a whole bunch of knowledge on you. So I haven't really popped by the menus yet, which actually, real quick, I want to turn up the text speed. Alright, like that. And then I want to push select and head into our other menu, which is, we have the items. We actually had a bunch of apples with us. They restore health, which is good. Then we have the weapons menu, which is, this is the Gun del Sol, the solar gun, the grand finale itself. And there's a lot of stuff you can customize with this. You can change the lens of the solar gun. You can, in doing so, you'll change what kind of damage you deal to enemies. But currently we only have 1 lens. Same thing with the battery, I only have 1. And, the more battery you have, or sooner or later, I should say, we'll get a double battery, which gives us twice the amount of, battery power that we currently have for the solar gun. Twice the storage, if you will. Then there's grenades, which we don't have yet, and, guess what they do? That's right, they explode! And then there's frames, which changes the way or pattern of your attack with the solar gun. So currently we've had the fighter frame equipped, which is quite ironically named, to be honest, because you can't actually do any proper fighting with this, since it only stuns enemies, as you can see in the little stat screen over there. It doesn't have any attack, it only has stun, and even then it's a rank E stun, which is pretty bad. Now, however, we have the night gun frame, which has an actual attack stat, which means, that's right, we can kill things, or purify, rather. Alright, let's see what Otenko has to say to us. By the way, if you use a solar gun inside of a dungeon, crystal spikes may grow up from the floor. Perhaps you've already seen them. They don't actually only grow on the floor, they also grow on walls and in pits and just honestly everywhere. These are solar bamboo shoots. They're made of hardened solar energy. 3 kinds of spirit bugs live in solar bamboo shoots. Solar bugs charge your battery, moon bugs restore your life, and darkness bugs. So what you need to know: green restores your life, orange restores your energy, or solar energy, and black, I believe, drains your solar energy. I guess we could find out. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, they take away your solar energy. So that's what these little glitchy little green crystals are. In case you were wondering, you're not actually going insane. They are actually there. Don't worry, you don't need to go see the therapist yet. Okay, let's see what's going on over here. What does Otenko want to say here, I wonder? It's probably nothing important. Make sure to call me while sunlight is striking the sensor, okay? Well, I'm not gonna do that. I can't be arsed. So what we got over here is another one of them box. And the cool thing about this is that it is, as I mentioned in the very beginning of the video, it is a stealth game with puzzle elements. And, you know, what does that mean? We can do a whole lot of sneaky shit, like sidle along walls. And we can actually knock on walls as well. I'm not gonna do that now, though, because then this guy will spot me, and that is not what we want. The less you get spotted in this game, the better. And now we can actually kill him, since we have the spread. So the spread does damage, but the shots only stun. Is the logic in this game. I don't know what kind of logic that is, but I'm sure it makes sense to someone out there. I'm sure Hideo Kojima had a plan with all that. If you go outside and your solar gauge shows a level greater than 0, your battery will charge up naturally. Or you can perform a solar charge for a quick refill. Pretty easy, right? Sadly, the sun's not out right now, and that makes me sad, because I'm a sunflower. Okay, we can get it. This chest, and that is a life fruit. What is a life fruit, you may ask? It's a green clefairy. That they function pretty much as heart pieces from Zelda. Get 4 of them to boost your life gauge. Very useful. Very rare also. And limited in quantity. Although you may have already guessed that. Oh, what's up here? I like how he says his name like a Pokemon every time he summons, like, oh, Tenko.
Oh, Tenko.
This belongs to the Count. You can hear him in the distance. Counting. 1 trap. This vampire lord, the Count of Ground-Soaking Blood. Hot shit, is that a cool title? Was the sworn enemy of your father. But do not be afraid, my young vampire hunter. That crimson scarf holds the spirit of your father. You are not alone. Good shit. That is motivation, if I've ever heard it. And check this shit out. Go close enough, the door opens on its own. Think it's gonna be an ambush? It just might be. But you're gonna have to find out about that next time on Let's Play Boktai, The Sun's in Your Hand, because this episode's already long. So, thank you so much for watching this first episode of Let's Play Boktai, The Sun is in Your Hand. Next time, we'll see what the Count is up to. See what he's doing over there, if he's doing some counting. Yeah, I'm disappointed in myself for making that joke too. Next time, we'll enter this obviously not a trap room and see what's going on in there. So, until then, see you next time. Goodbye.